Please, it is not anti-woman just to talk about women, okay? And we're going to do it now.
I want to talk about my favorite subject tonight, men.
The biggest difference between men and women. Men cannot go backwards sexually. Women cannot go backwards in lifestyle.
Because we are truly opposite. You know, when you think about what's in a man's mind versus a woman's mind, she's fantasizing, ooh, big church wedding. He's fantasizing, ooh, blowjob in the car, you know?
Every woman here has rolled her eyes at the international man's fantasy. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of chicks together. Yeah, 2 ladies together, that'd be hot. And for some reason, one has to be Asian.
I heard one on daytime TV the other day. Only a woman could have said this, and of course everyone pretended it was true. She said a couple should explore their mutual fantasies. There are no such things as mutual fantasies. Yours bore us, ours offend you.
See, the problem with you chicks is that you don't fucking think about what you're doing when they're fucking you. All of a sudden, you start thinking, oh my God, should I have done this? Is this right to do it in the car? Is he gonna get any ideas? Do I have milk? I don't think I have milk. We need orange juice at the house. Holy shit!
We don't think alike. You know, our basic thought patterns are totally different. Men are very linear in their thinking. Point A goes to point B. Women, we go A, Z, P, D, Q, F, G. See the connection? Do you see the connection? Do you get it? Do you see it? Ha, 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 ha.
Men's brains are made up of little boxes. And we have a box for everything. And the rule is, the boxes don't touch. Man discusses a particular subject. We go to that particular box. We discuss only what is in that box.
To argue with a man. Oh, you argue with a man and the first thing he'll do is insist on sticking to a subject.
Women's brains are made up of a big ball of wire. And everything is connected to everything. And it's all driven by energy that we call emotion. It's one of the reasons why women tend to remember everything. The same thing happens for men. It just doesn't happen very often because, quite frankly, we don't care.
I like a man that's not afraid to show his feelings. You know, maybe a guy that cries at movies. That's nice, isn't it? I went out with a guy once, cried through the entire movie. It was so sweet. I didn't think Pinocchio was that depressing myself.
Now, men, we have a box in our brain that most women are not aware of. This particular box has nothing in it.
But guys have the ability to sit there for like 15 minutes, stare off into space, and think about nothing.
Women, we love to talk, don't we? Oh, we take everything that happens to us, pick it apart from every angle, and talk it to death.
What do you mean, gentlemen, when you say to a girl, we should hang out? What does that mean? Because we need to know, right? Right? Like, we need to know. Okay, here's the thing. Are you going to feed us? Or should we eat beforehand? Should we dress up? Like, we need to know what to wear. Even more than that, should we shave?
The thing in our society that bothers me the most is the way that men and women don't get along no more. And then men, we misunderstand women a lot. You know, we always undermine their feelings. You can't do that. Everything's based on how they feel. You can hear when they tell stories. You ever hear a man tell a story, it'd be just facts. Who, what, when, where, why. It was me and Bob, we was at Safeway. Then that nigga Bob said this, then I punched that nigga, and then I broke out. Women tell stories, and all these feelings. And, well, first of all, you have to understand, I was on my period, and I just talked to my mother, so I was feeling like, God damn, there's so many feelings.
Women, we're exciting to fight with, because it takes us years to prepare. First, we need to find out all we can about their past relationship. She never wore a bra. Isn't that interesting? Then at just the right moment, months later, when you're arguing about something totally different, and it doesn't look like you're gonna win, you reach back there, grab it, and use it. Well, just because I'm no braless slut like that last woman you went out with.
So this is, I'm gonna tell you what to do to stop a fight. Number one, 98% of the time when men and women fight, it is the woman who starts the fight. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because women think that they can take the hit, that we'll get over it, but who are we kidding? We get over nothing. We hold grudges against bitches in 3rd grade. Okay? The man does not want to engage. Men don't like to fight. And then the woman will say whatever it takes to get you in the fight with her. Because she wants to have it out. The fight, the man always stops and goes like this. Fine. I'm sorry. But the man is so not sorry. The man doesn't even know what he did. He can't remember what he ate for lunch yesterday.
But I think men are just tired of apologizing for being men, and I think women would be a lot happier if you'd stop making us apologize for it. You'd save yourselves a lot of wear and tear.
One time she came up to me and she goes, okay, explain this to me, Bill. Why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job, huh? Why? Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some fucked up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. I'm not saying I think a woman should make $1 less an hour to do the same job. All I'm saying is if you're going to make what I make when the boat sinks, you better be standing right here next to me, listen to that guy play the cello, then you get the corner.
I hear women say this all the time. I know a lot of you sisters be like, chivalry is dead. Don't you? Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore? Chivalry is dead, and women killed it. Chivalry got killed by the feminist movement on the magazines that got women going crazy because women got too much advice about men from other women. And they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I see this shit in the magazines. Cover 100 ways to please your man by some lady. Ain't no 100 ways. That list is 4 things long. Just suck his dick, play with his balls, and then fix him a sandwich and don't talk so much.
For lack of a better term, I would say that the feminine values are now the values of America. Sensitivity is more important than truth. Feelings are more important than facts. Commitment is more important than individuality. Children are more important than people. Safety is more important than fun. I understand that women suffer, but I don't think it's as much publicized that a lot of men in America are living lives of quiet desperation and living in an Orwellian world where we have to pretend to concur with the woman's point of view. What does that tell you about our culture, that we have to pretend that one sex is smarter than the other? Women are smarter than men. If women ran the world, there'd be no wars. Being pregnant is sexy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.